Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Basic Physics Lab of Telkom University. On this occasion, we will learn the first module entitled Introduction to Electricity. Here's the outline of this module. There are two objectives of this module. The first one is to understand the concept of current divider circuit and voltage divider circuit. The second one is to be able to set up the current divider circuit and voltage divider circuit. Basic theory. Resistor. Resistor is an electrical component that works to limit the current on a circuit. The resistor is resistive and generally made from carbon. Unit for resistance in a resistor called ohm with symbol omega. Multimeter. Multimeter is an electrical measurement tool that has function to measure voltage in voltmeter mode, current in amperemeter mode, and resistance in ohmmeter mode of an electrical component. Digital multimeter can measure the circuit of direct current and alternating current. Here's the series circuit and parallel circuit. In series circuit, the resistors are arranged in series or in rows so that the current flowing in the two resistors is the same, but the voltage is different for each resistor. In parallel circuit, the resistors branch off from each other. In this circuit, the voltage value on each resistor is the same, but the current value is different. The tools that we're gonna use in this module. First, multimeter. Second, resistance. Third, wire connector. Fourth, power supply. And fifth, electrical socket or kisi socket in Indonesian. Now the practice. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Basic Physics Lab of Telkom University. On this occasion, we will learn the first module entitled Introduction to Electricity. There are two objectives of this practicum. The first one is to understand the concept of current divider circuit and voltage divider circuit. And the second one is to be able to set up the current divider circuit and voltage divider circuit. Next, there are tools that we're gonna use. The first one is power supply. This power supply serves as power source of the electrical circuit. Next is resistor, and there are two resistors that we will use. That is 1 kilo ohm and 220 ohm. Next, there is electrical socket that looks like this. Then there is a multimeter that we will use it to measure the voltage, current, and resistance. And the last one is wire connector. We use the wire connector to connect the components to each other. The first thing is we will arrange the series circuit on this electrical socket. We will use the first and second resistor, 1 kilo ohm and 220 ohms, and we arrange it in series. Next, we connect the power supply and the electrical socket with wire connector on the positive pole of power supply, and then we connect it again from electrical socket to the negative pole of power supply. And here we have the closed circuit of the series circuit. Next, we will measure the voltage and current on this circuit using multimeter. To measure the current of the circuit, we must place the multimeter in series with the resistor. We can place it in the front or in the back. Right now we place it in the front row. We place it in the front row of the first resistor. Now from the power supply, it then goes to multimeter, then go to the first resistor, and then go to the second resistor and back again to power supply. Now we turn on the power supply. We can see here the power supply. We use the voltage of the power supply is 5 volt. And now to measure the current on the multimeter, we can see here on the multimeter the number are keep changing. Now we press hold to make the number stay still and doesn't change, and we got the value is 3.77 milliampere. Now we will measure the voltage of each resistor. For the first resistor, 1 kilo ohm, we need to parallel it with the multimeter. And here we can see on the multimeter we have the voltage of the first resistor is 3.38 volt. Next, we will measure the voltage of the second resistor. We parallel it again with the multimeter. And we have here the voltage of the second resistor, 220 ohm. The voltage is 0.78 volt. Next, we will measure the voltage and current of the parallel circuit. And here we still use the first and second resistor. We place it branch off from each other, it parallel each other. Then here we can see from the power supply, it goes to the electrical socket, and then it's branch off to the the first and the second resistor, and then it goes back again to the power supply. To measure the voltage of the circuit, we parallel the multimeter with the circuit. We place it like this, then we turn on the multimeter, and we can see the voltage of this circuit. And we have here the voltage of the circuit is 4.56 volt. Next, we will measure the current of each resistor. The first one is we will measure the first resistor, the current on the first resistor, the 1 kilo ohm. To find the current, we need to place the multimeter in series with the 1 kilo ohm resistor. And here we got the current is 4.3 milliampere. And next we need to measure the current on the second resistor. Now to make it simple, we use the easiest way. We need to turn off the multimeter and the power supply first to prevent accident. And now we switch the place of the resistor. We turn on again the power supply and the multimeter, and here we have the current on the second resistor, and the current on the second resistor is 20 milliampere. And now we can conclude on the series circuit. The current flowing in the series circuit are the same in two resistors, but the voltage is different from each other. And on the parallel circuit, the current value will be different on each resistor, but the voltage on each resistor will be the same. Okay, for practicum today, the module Introduction to Electricity is done. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.